Hey everybody, it's Scott Pinyard, head coach of This Naked Mind, and I want to talk to you about this question I get all the time inside of programs from friends, and it's this: isn't living a life without alcohol boring? This is something that I struggled with a lot, and I have a lot to say about this. I want to give you the answer to that, but before I do, I want to talk to you about the live alcohol experiment. So we have a live alcohol experiment right around the corner. It's starting on the 1st. We would love for you to join us. We would love for you to take this opportunity to see for yourself the answer to this question, right? Is my life boring without alcohol? That's one of the many things people experiment with over this 30-day program, the live alcohol experiment. So check it out. We're going to give you the link. It's taelive.com. You can go there. You can get signed up. We have a lot of demand right now. A lot of people are interested in being in this. So we want you to be in there and to do this experiment for yourself. Okay, so life's boring without alcohol, right? This idea is something that has stuck with me for so long. I spent almost 6 years trying to quit drinking. And it was one of the things that stopped me, right? This idea that life wasn't going to be fun, that I wasn't going to be able to enjoy myself in social situations, that I wasn't going to be able to enjoy myself in, relaxing or all of these different places. It's just going to be boring, right? Here's the thing, right? When we are drinking, as Annie likes to talk about, we drink to numb, right? So we might drink to numb some negative feelings. We drink to numb stress, or we drink to numb sadness or loneliness or anxiety or whatever it might be for you. For me, it was all of them. But the problem with drinking to numb is that we cannot selectively numb. So what do I mean by that, right? We can't just numb those feelings we don't want to have. When we drink, we numb all of the feelings, right? So we numb not only those things we're trying to get away from, but we also numb those things that we want, right? We numb our happiness. We numb our joy, right? We'll numb out the great experiences that we have. And that is one of the big reasons that when we're stuck in this cycle of drinking, we have this idea that, man, if I didn't drink, things would be boring, right? There wouldn't be anything exciting for me. There wouldn't be anything amazing because that's what we feel. Because we're drinking to numb out, we're numbing that stuff out. So our recent experience leads us to believe that I'm just going to be bored, right? At least when I'm drinking, there's something going on. But man, when I'm not drinking, I don't feel that great. And I just kind of feel bored. This showed up for me in so many different ways. I just want to talk to you about a few of them. One of those ways was, and this is ridiculous, but I will tell you it's true, was watching TV, right? So at the time that I quit drinking, I had a 5-year-old and a 1-year-old, a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old, something like that. And when I was quitting, at that time in my life, like I spent so much time after the kids went to bed, exhausted, just watching something on TV. It was like all I had left in me, energy-wise. And I found myself on a very regular basis getting bored while I was watching stuff. Right now, I was drinking this whole time. And so I would come home and I'd have a drink, and then I'd hang out with the kids, and I'd keep drinking throughout the evening, and then they'd finally get in bed, and then I would sit down and I would start watching something, and I'd be like, meh, whatever. Like I just wasn't very engaged, right? So fast forward to when I quit drinking and what actually happened. Random occurrence one time, I was talking with a friend. This was about a couple months alcohol free. And I was talking with a friend about a television series. And I had watched the series before I quit drinking. And my impression of it was like, yeah, it's all right. And he was flipping out about this, right? He was going on and on about how great it was and like all this stuff. And I quickly began to realize, wait a minute, did we watch the same thing? Like the reactions I was having and the reactions he was having was so different that it got me thinking, man, maybe I was missing stuff, right? Maybe because I was drinking, right? So maybe I wasn't catching on to everything. So my decision was to sit down and start rewatching some of that stuff. And I was blown away. I was blown away by the emotional journey that this Netflix series took me on, and how I felt when I was done. I loved it. At the end of it, I absolutely loved it. But this is the thing, right? Because I was numbing the first time I watched it, I got none of those highs and lows, right? I didn't get any of that because I was working so hard to numb my feelings. Now, it goes even further than that. It gets even better than enjoying Netflix more. Another thing that really happened to me when I quit drinking, and I see this all the time with people who are in all of our programs, right? They take this time away from alcohol, and after they adjust to it, they start to realize, wait a minute, I'm interested in a lot of things, right? So I already told you that my nights were pretty much the same over and over and over. But after a little while of being alcohol free, I really wanted to do stuff. And I started doing it, right? I wanted to do stuff when I was drinking too, but normally what would happen is I'd get partway through the night and then it's like, well, I've had a couple of drinks and I'm not going to do that. And then, yeah, Netflix, right? All of a sudden, I was interested in all of these different areas. And I took up hobbies that either I had let go of a long time ago, like playing music, or new ones, like I started knitting. It was actually interesting for me. So the answer to the question of, is life going to be boring without alcohol, is a resounding no, right? Not only is your experience of life going to be different because you are not numbing, neither the lows nor the highs, but you're going to have energy and foresight to go out and engage in things, whether it be at home or outside of the home, that you never would have before. My life today is so significantly more interesting than it was 5 years ago. I can barely describe it. I read books. I do things that I enjoy. I talk with friends. I already mentioned I play music. I knit. I have all these hobbies. None of that stuff would have happened while I was drinking. So if you are concerned about that question, is life going to be boring for me? I want to encourage you to try an experiment, right? Try the live alcohol experiment. We have one that's starting. It's just around the corner. It starts on the 1st. I told you the link for it. It's taelive.com. That stands for The Alcohol Experiment Live.com. We would love to have you in there, and you can see for yourself, is life actually going to be more boring? I can tell you my experience, and pretty much everyone that I've worked with that's gone through the program, the answer is a definite no, but me telling you that is very different than you experiencing it yourself. So if you are curious, check out taelive.com. I hope that answer helped, and I hope that you hear that and you decide, you know what, I am going to move forward and start to make a change. Talk to you soon.
Hi, I'm so excited, you guys, because we are just about to start another live alcohol experiment. And if you do not know about the alcohol experiment, you need to literally drop everything right now and go to thisnakedmind.com/LAE. That's LAE for live alcohol experiment. And here's the thing. This 30-day challenge is designed to interrupt your patterns and put you back in touch with the best version of you. You know, it's that version that's living the most joyful life. That version that doesn't need alcohol to relax or have a good time, and that version that's having more fun and is more peaceful than ever. Again, it's a 30-day challenge. It's live. It's starting on the 1st, so hurry up. Go to thisnakedmind.com/LAE. And as always, rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast, as it truly helps the message reach somebody who might need to hear it today.